Alright guys, so Restream is working right now. It's getting things set up on YouTube and Twitch, so we're going to give it a few seconds before we get going. There. Make sure everything's looking good. And so Restream is still feeding everything to my Twitch. Looks like we are good to go. Alright. Welcome to another freestyle drawing. What we do here, if you're new, what we do here is just exactly what it sounds like. We just take a paper and a pen and kind of just draw nonsense. We'll wait for people to hop into the chat. I'm gonna refresh the page. So this is being streamed on both YouTube and Twitch. I currently don't have a way to see Twitch's chat in front of me. Hold on, maybe. Hey, how's it going, chat? There we go. I can see both YouTube and Twitch chats on my phone. I'm gonna lower down the music real quick. All right, guys. Mute Twitch. Okay, there we go. Just want to see the... Sweet. Alright, I got it figured out. I think so. Hey, Lyra. Alright, okay. I got the technicals figured out. Okay. Welcome everyone. This will be the last freestyle of the week. I have to go to San Francisco tomorrow for the weekend for San Francisco Comic-Con. So, I'm going to San Francisco this weekend for San Francisco Comic-Con. I have some prints to go pick up today. After this, I have to go prep all my convention stuff. So what's everyone up to today? Am I gonna put Pho and Skyline on my online shop? I don't know. I probably should. That was you that was asking about that, right? Yeah, I should. Do you guys like how? Do you really like how Skyline came out? I was thinking about redoing Skyline but digitally, like going over it but completely digital to make it like a lot cleaner. But then I feel like it would lose a lot of the charm. Portland. Are you gonna go to Rose City Comic Con in Portland? I'll be there. What's up, Drip? Glad you made it. So Dimitri, Sento. So how's the music? The audio volume. Perfect? Cool. How do people run? For real. One foot should be planted. I don't know what I'm doing. This one should be here. This one should have been planted. Let's see if we can fix this.
Check it.
So the question is, does YouTube pay a lot? If you have a big channel, it'll pay a lot. You could also get sponsors from other companies and stuff by getting discovered on YouTube. But if you're talking directly, does YouTube pay a lot? You have to have a very big channel or a few viral videos, you know, to make money on here. If you're asking me specifically, I can't tell you exactly how much I make because it's against my terms, but I don't make a lot on YouTube. I would say you need like 100,000 subscribers with like a consistent, like your videos have to get, God, I want to say like 5K maybe a piece minimum per video. You need to be uploading like very frequently in order to make YouTube like viable income. I mean, if that, if even that.
Some days, some nights, some live, some die, and the way up the samurai.
How much would it cost to make a Luffy drawing? So my commission prices are 150 per character. That's with Copic markers on a 9x12 paper, and then I'll cover the shipping of it if you're in the States. Ah, shoot. Trying to fix this because I messed up on her leg here, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to set the scene in a way that her leg is going to make sense. So when I do freestyle stuff like this, I always start off with something and then I'll build off of whatever I built, and because I messed up on her foot here, now that pretty much dictates the rest of the drawing. So now I'm gonna, in order to make this work, I'm gonna have to set everything else around her to fit what I messed up. Does that make sense? So yeah, these freestyles, they force you to be creative. Then again, it's the thing I talk about a lot, it's problem solving. So say you mess up on something, you're gonna have to really focus on fixing it, if you care. I care. Where do you get this music? If you go to YouTube and just search and you search study music, it'll be this 24-hour music channel. It has a picture of an anime character. Super chill. Dimitri, improvisation. Yeah. You're trying to set up a scene. You're improvising a scene. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You tend to do that with quite a few of your drawings. You plan them out, then you want to add something else or something ends up looking off. Oh, you're talking about like having to fix it. Yeah, your ability to. One thing I feel like I've really gotten better at is fixing issues. So okay, so you plan it out. You have like your rough draft of it, your sketch, right? And then it doesn't come out the way you want. What happens? Something gets lost in translation, right? Have you been able to ID what's going on? What college did I go to? I did attend UC Santa Cruz for like a semester, like a very short amount of time. It just wasn't for me. And then I went to an automotive school in Sacramento, California after that. There we go. I think the problem we were having with this drawing was these look like they're on the same plane. They have to be on separate planes. They have to be. You have to tell that there's a space in between here. Do that. Perspective. What's up, Shadow? Aaron, my parents asked me if I wanted to go to art school after graduating engineering. You didn't want to. Everything's on the internet. That's and that's true. As long as you have the discipline and you've been able to find the resources that work for you, that you like. Hey, man. Technically, you could. Or, I mean, even if you wanted, like, it's not just. I mean, the stuff online, it's really good, but I mean, there isn't only free stuff. You could buy tutorials online. You can get instructors online, you know? It's like, for a fraction. Like, you go to Gumroad, if you drop $200 on Gumroad for some really, really good tutorials by some, like, master level artists, you can learn a lot. Like, there's a lot of good shit out there. Art school has some serious overpriced issues. I can only speak for the U.S., but every school in the U.S. is overpriced. For something that's important as education, like, education is, like, so important, but at the same time, having a degree is kind of all right. Here's the contradiction of it. Education is so important. Not the education system. Education itself is so important, but yet degrees aren't worth shit. And it's like the most overpriced like institution ever, at least here in the States. It's this huge contradiction, and it drives me fucking crazy. Like, I have student loans. They're almost gone. Like, they're straight up almost gone. Because I've been putting in some work on them for a while. And I did really well at my last set of conventions. So it won't be long before mine are gone. But it took a lot of work to get rid of them. And there are some people, and my loans weren't even that big relative to, you know, like going to like universities and, you know, unis. It's people commit suicide over that shit, man. So I don't blame you. Like, being worried about being in debt the rest of your life is a very valid reason to like reconsider going to art school. I can get that concern. That's a totally valid concern. You know, a lot of people will be like, just fucking do it. That my mindset is fuck it, just do it. You know, that's my mindset. But anyone who says that they're just concerned about being in debt forever, I'm like, okay, I get it. That makes sense. I wouldn't give anyone a hard time for that. You like my ink work? Oh, thank you. Yeah, these are very, very good exercises. These when you do ink only. All right, so I'm gonna talk about the freestyles. So these freestyles, like you guys know, it's just going in there, no idea what you're gonna draw. Just take a ink only, because then you're forced to work around what's going on. But I think the real thing, I mean, it's just working so many things. It's making you creative. You have to be. It's making you more confident in your work. And because I'm live streaming it, it's getting me more comfortable talking while I draw, and then it's just making me more comfortable drawing live. So that in the future, when I do what I plan to do, which I don't think I've ever talked about here. What I plan to do, when I do what I plan to do, it's going to require me to draw live, and I need to be good at that. So this is building a strong foundation for that. Raku, hey, what's going on? My inking is getting better. Thank you. I hope so. What's up, Jennifer? If you guys haven't checked out Jennifer Charlie's channel, you should go check it out, is what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Yeah, a psych class shouldn't even be $500 at a community college. Okay, because you know I went to automotive school. In total, I think my loans were, I think when it was brand new, I want to say it was like 40, close to 40 or something like that, 40K, which is nonsense, right? That was a year of school. Well, it would have been a year and a half, but I doubled down on courses and got the hell out of there like super quick. So, Jennifer, are you ready for San Francisco Comic Con? Animation. Well, if you lack patience, animation is probably not for you. Oh shoot! Batgirl. Is that for anything specific or just for fun? What's up, Insider? Getting last minute stuff done. Gonna set up tonight. Entire exhibitor booth. You got... Oh! You're splitting an exhibitor booth, right? So your partner is not gonna be there till Saturday? Yeah, I'm just gonna fly. I'm gonna drive in tomorrow. I don't need to set up tonight. I hope San Francisco Comic Con is good. I can go for a good one right now. What are you gonna do for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? Jesus. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Shadow. Thank you. What Ultra Sun, Ultra? I'm not gonna do anything for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I'm gonna wait until Generation 8, if there is going to be an 8, which of course eventually there will be. I'm gonna wait for that to come out, and then I'll figure out what to do. I'm not gonna alter this drawing at all. I'm not gonna alter the Pokemon drawing at all. The current one. My favorite Pokemon is Scizor. Non-mega, non-shiny. Metagross. Mega or regular? Okay, so the question is... Any tips for 5-point perspective? Yeah, it's really not that hard. Like, I could explain it in like 3 seconds if you want. Here, let me grab a paper. I'll break it down to you real quick. But Scott Robertson has a book called How to Draw. Scott Robertson, How to Draw. He goes into it in depth there. But I could just break it down to you real quick. Yeah, piece of paper. So 5 point's easy. Like, well, all perspective is easy. Oh, well, everything's easy once you learn it, right? So, basically, when you're drawing a 5-point perspective, what you're doing is you're taking chunks out of a circle. You're pulling chunks out of it, right? So you would be taking a chunk out of the sphere, right? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So if you're taking chunks out of it, that's the best way to imagine it. Because people make it more complicated than it has to be. Basically, you're just taking pieces out of a sphere. So, if you could imagine it like that, and I'll go into the grid for you. I'll show you how to set up the grid, but in general, this is what you're doing, okay? So, does that make sense? So what you're gonna do, so you have the sphere, you're gonna have your... So you'll have your, alright, let's say this is your paper that you're gonna draw on, right? I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a darker pen so you can see. Okay, so this is your working paper right here. Okay? So you're gonna be pulling stuff out of a sphere. But the thing is, you don't want your sphere to be inside the circle, or you don't want your sphere to be inside your working paper. So you're gonna set your sphere like this. Okay? Which will make your vanishing points somewhere off the page. Okay? Because you know when you do like a normal drawing, you say like you'll set your vanishing point here, and then you'll draw on that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So your vanishing points are going to be off the page here. Okay, so then connect that. You have your Y, then you have your X-axis. Okay. Basically, what you're gonna do, if you're setting up a perfect grid, you're gonna make lines. You're gonna have measurements on it, and you're gonna have them equal on all sides. Okay. So you want to connect this to this, but you're gonna make sure that they touch here. So this will go here at that point, and then that point will go there. And then same thing, you want to go out further, it's gonna hit here, here, and then it's gonna wave over here. Okay? Same thing with this to this. So you have your points here. Hit there. Hit there. Okay? And then eventually you're just gonna have like a million lines like this. Okay? Now you'll have your grid. And then all you have to do to follow the grid that's it. That's all you gotta do. That's it. That is 5 point right there. And then you just apply that to your entire drawing, and then that's it. So if you have to set up the grid first, however you need to do it. So technically, everything right here would be closer to you. That's why the chunks will like seem bigger. Does that make sense? And then, because it's a sphere, everything here is closer to you, and then as you roll over to the edges, things will get more, like, extreme looking, like... See what I mean? Like, it's gonna get really hard to see. Eventually you're gonna get to the point where you're just, like, looking at the edges of the sides of it. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that makes sense to you. But no, really, that's all it is. Like, it's not as complicated as people make it out to be. You just have to think about what it is. You're actually drawing and you're pulling out chunks of a circle. And then what you can do is once you block that out, you just draw a person. Just fill it in with a person, and in order to do that, you have to be able to draw people in perspective. Which I can't do right now, but... There you go. That's it. See? So once you pull out that chunk of the circle, then you could use it as a cube, and then you use that cube to lay out the person or the thing that you're going to draw. That's it. Yeah, when you're learning, you should always use a reference. I don't get why people are like, I can't believe people are still saying that it's bad. Whenever you're learning, always use a reference. Because if you don't use it, like if you don't know what you're drawing and you refuse to use a reference when you start, then you are never going to learn how to properly draw that thing or that person. Does that make sense? Oh, okay, so you knew about the grid already. God damn, I'm gonna waste my time. No, just kidding. Oh, well, you can't do it without the grid? Well, that just takes practice. Like, you can like, it's not like I'm not using a grid. Well, for this drawing, I'm kind of not, because this one kind of got away from me. My perspective here is all fucked up because I was just kind of, messing around. But it's not like I'm not using a grid. I'm using the grid in my brain. You just have to do it so many times that it just becomes... Like, you could draw, like, 1 and 2 point perspective without reference, right? It's the exact same thing. But yeah, being able to do anything without reference just takes practice. Like, I recently started drawing humans again with reference, because I wasn't happy with the way my anatomy was looking. So I think the past 3 weeks, anytime I draw a human, I've been using a reference. I've drawn thousands of humans, but I was just like, man, I need to get better at this shit. So I started using a reference for humans again, and I feel like my overall drawing, or my overall performance of human drawing has improved. And that's something that I've practiced a lot already, so I just went back and redid it. Now I could do it without using the reference for the most part. So when it comes to the perspective, it's just like anything else. There's nothing special about it. You just gotta practice. Practice, practice, practice. You'll get it eventually. So here's the thing, though. You may think that you're not, like, you're kind of... Technically, you're using a reference for everything that you draw. Like, I worked on cars for years. That's why I can draw cars. I may not be pulling up a reference online, like on my phone in front of me, but I'm referencing the cars that I've worked on in my past. So if you're wondering why someone like Kim Jong-il can draw like tanks and shit without reference is because he worked on vehicles, so he pulls that reference from his mind. I don't have a picture of a trail or trees or something in front of me, but I've seen them, so I'm pulling it from my brain, which is your visual library, is what they refer to it as. So that's why if you pull up a reference on your phone while you're drawing or trying to learn, then it'll get burned into your brain, and eventually you won't need to look it up your reference. You'll have the reference in your brain. So that's all it is. This is all fucked up, by the way. I'm not gonna fix this. We asked him. We asked him if he had an eidetic memory, and he even said, "I can't answer that because I don't know." So there's a good chance that he does, but I don't have an eidetic memory like at all, and I can draw a lot of stuff off my memory. And I think with enough focus and training, I think you could just remember stuff. I think you just learn. Like, yeah, he was special forces in the Korean military, so he has like knowledge about that stuff, and he even has like he said that he had a very strong interest in vehicles and weaponry and tanks outside of drawing. He just likes that stuff. So he probably just is looking at pictures of them and shit all day. So, what's his name? There's another artist that I follow. He will travel and go to museums, and he'll just sit there and he'll just draw stuff. And God, I can't. Peter Hahn. Peter Hahn is like an incredible artist, and he'll just travel around and like go to museums and shit, and he'll just draw stuff there. What he's doing is he's toughening his visual library. He's powering that up. That way, at any moment, he can just draw. And the fact that he can draw more things with better understanding will make him a better artist. See ya. Alright, AV. Thanks for dropping by again. Appreciate it. Yeah, you know, when they say, when you're trying to, like, learn how to do a math problem, you could watch the teacher do it, you know, like, you could see them make the quadratic formula, or what was it, the quadratic, whatever the fuck it's called, that negative b plus or minus, whatever. Like, you could see someone write that on the board a dozen times and not learn it. But if you write it out yourself, the odds are you're going to learn it, right? So that's why when you're referencing stuff and you're trying to learn, you have to try and draw it yourself. I think that's why Peter Hahn, when he travels, he'll sit there and he'll just draw like the stuff at the museums. Because now that he's drawn it, it's in his brain, it's in his memory. Go check out Peter Hahn, he's fucking dope. Alright, Sento, thanks for coming through. Etch a Sketch. Peter Hahn, H-A-N. His Instagram should be Peter Hahn Style, one word. Last day for legendary rates? Yeah, already got mine, I'm good. To be fair, they've been out long enough. Like, if you really, really wanted the legendary birds, you should fucking have it by now. They've been out, oh god, they've been out for so long. I'm glad that they're releasing the legendary beasts, the legendary dogs. I'm glad that they're being released. All right, Drip. Hey, man, thanks for coming through.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll see you at San Francisco, or I'll see you at SFCC. Hey, what's going on? What's up, Pedro? You're trying to gain confidence in drawing with your sketchbook in public. You always have it. You can't whip it out when I'm eating in restaurants or something. See, you have to learn the fine art of not giving a fuck. But you know what the funny thing is? Say you have your sketchbook out, right? And you do something that's really, really good. People will compliment you. They'll be like, holy shit, did you draw that? You'll be sitting there with your sketchbook and your pen in hand, like in the middle of your stroke. And they'll be like, oh my god, did you draw that? Like, yeah, I fucking drew that. But the point I'm making is, if you draw something that's good in public, people are gonna praise you, and it's gonna be cool. Like, it'll make a good interaction. If you draw something that's bad, or people, they'll just leave you alone. Like, there's no reason for you to be self-conscious. Oh, I don't really have a studio. This is just in my living room. Like, it's just this desk and then my computer desk, and that's literally my entire studio. Hey, Minchie. Where did I learn 5-point perspective? There's a book that by Scott Robertson called How to Draw, and it's like the best perspective book that I've ever read. Even though it's not, it's just like a general, like, yo, this is stuff you should probably learn kind of book. Every time I've tried to look it up online, people overcomplicate how to do it. Nah, it's cool, Pedro. I plan to be dead by the time I'm 50, so it's cool. By the way, my friend just texted me. He's having trouble catching Zapdos. I haven't replied to him, but Louie, if you're watching, fool, if you don't have your Zapdos yet, that's your fault, man. You've had so many opportunities to go get that thing. I have like 7 Zapdos and I wasn't even trying to get them. Dead by 50? Why? I don't know, I just assume that I'll have accomplished everything that because, okay, as of right now, I have a list of things that I want to accomplish. Some of them are arbitrary, most of them are arbitrary. Well, you know, some of them are just very, like, personal things that I have always wanted to complete or accomplish. Things I have developed over the past couple of years, you know, working as an artist, you know, just being an adult and all that shit. And I'm just like, you know, some people's bucket list will never be full, but for me, I have the things that I want, and by the time that happens, I mean, like, okay, I'm good, I'm set. Drive my Corvette off the cliff. Fill my Corvette full of fireworks, drive it off the cliff. That's what's up. Maybe. Maybe. If that happens, then of course we'll take care of it. This is the least amount of robots I've ever drawn.
He comes by it naturally. Mrs. Irwin was very pretty when she was young.
Has anyone influenced my art style? Yes. When I first started drawing, it was Art Germ, Stanley Lau, Art Germ. Big influence on the way I draw my faces, even to this day. Adam Hughes, and then as of recent, Kim Jong-gi. Clearly. Art Germ's work is just so visually appealing, and because he has a background in graphic design. For those of you who don't know, Art Germ, he has a background in graphic design, which is why his stuff is so visually appealing. It is not because he draws girls really well. It's not just his use of color. The way he packages his work and presents it has a graphic quality to it because he has a background, a formal background in graphic design. So if you ever look at his work, look at it twice, and then you're gonna see the difference in his presentation and like a lot of other people's. I guess so. I didn't know that they had a background in graphic design. Out of music. People just want to message me and email me all this important stuff while I'm streaming. I'd be sitting down, sketching away by myself. Nobody talks to me. Start streaming. Got like 5 important emails. Um, no, Archer posts like every day. I'm not sure what site you're looking on, but he's active on Instagram almost every day. Not quite sure what to fill up the negative space with. Just leave it empty, I guess. Nah, that's gross. Gotta fill it in with something. Yeah. He actually I think about maybe 2 years ago, he started practicing with Copic markers. And then now he'll do a traditional piece with Copic pens and Copic markers, scan it in, and then bump it up digitally. So he does a good combination. These Dragon Ball ass mountains. Hello? Hello? Don't ever fucking call this number again. Anyway. The good old days when landlines get all the telemarketing calls and then your cell phone was like the safe zone. Good old days. Question is, what is your ultimate goal in art besides becoming the best version of you? Something specific, like to make a comic or something? I don't have a goal. the only thing that matters to me is to increase my power. That is the only thing that matters to me. You know, a lot of people, they're and now when I say this, I'm not talking shit, because there's nothing wrong with the things that people want. A lot of people want like a lot of subscribers, they want a lot of followers, but I've told you guys I've gotten away from that. Like, that has been so, chasing followers and stuff has been so detrimental to like my growth as an artist that I don't care about that stuff anymore, because I can't focus on that if my real goal is just to be better. Because I mentally can't handle the chase of followers and subscribers and the chase for power. I can't do that. Some people can. I can't. So I don't care if this channel grows at all. You know, you guys enjoy what I do, so to me, that's already cool. You know, I have a good following. I don't need any more of that shit. So what's left? It's just to increase my power. That's all that matters. Like, I have a friend. Again, I'm not gonna say any names. I think it's more of a business acquaintance more than anything. He has started to do Artist Alley, and he started like his online shop, and he's doing really well with his sales. And he was like trying to give me pointers and stuff, and I straight up told him, I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, I was like, dude, this is not my deal. Like, I don't care. And he was like, well, and he wasn't trying to be a dick, but he was just saying how much faster his business grew than mine. He wasn't being a dick, like, don't get him wrong. He was just, he's trying to be helpful. And I was just like, dude, I just don't give a fuck. Like, because I'm, in terms of art, I'm better than him. Like, he cannot touch me. Like, it's not even close. But he's making sales, so he was trying to help my business. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I was like, pull out your pen and let's do this, and we'll see who's talking, So that's, oh, you shouldn't make fun of... Oh, man, it's not just YouTube. I hate elitists who think that a following number... And it's so ingrained in society now. It's like, people think that your follower count is like a direct reflection of your value as a person, and I hate that. There are a lot of smaller following, like Instagrams and YouTubers that I've come across who are really good, like real fucking good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 30K is good, right? Like, that's cool with me. I'm good. I'm good. I've been featured on Kotaku a few times already. I've had my own art gallery. I'm good on that, man. Like, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna give you exactly how much I made this summer with my conventions. But goddamn, that's all I'm gonna say. Goddamn. And the fact that I'm still not like satisfied with that, like that. The money doesn't make me happy. I'm just like, you know what? That's not where it's at for me. Like, I don't give a shit anymore. I just want more power. That's what it comes down to. Like all men. Power is subjective. Whatever you think power is, whether that's your political standing or your ability to draw, which is what I refer to as power. That's what I want more of. I guess something that I would really want is, if I had to pick something else, I guess it would be to make life easier for other artists. Because when I started drawing, I was in a really bad place, like mentally, because I was just like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing with myself. Like, I became an artist on accident. So, and I know that whole transition period is really rough. So if there are people who are just getting started, who I can help out with, like, I don't know, Artist Alley vlogs, like if that makes the life easier for people, I'd be down with that. Like, if you want to consider that a goal, yeah, that's something. You know, part of the reasons I do the vlogs is so people can see how much work goes into this. At least the convention side of stuff. So, I mean, I guess that's a goal. Make sure people... I can leave something for people. Yeah, really big channels like, I know, Psychra. And I'm sure if they were able to see all of the questions that they would answer them. Especially people like Psychra and Cynics. I'm sure that they're down to answer questions, but, you know, they get flooded with so many questions. It's hard to... It's just, like, physically impossible for them to answer every question. What are your guys' goals, long-term goals as potential artists? That's the question. Damn, that's legit. You want to make a comic, turn into an animation? The answer is a lot of them they can't handle all the comments. Like, I'm able to respond to pretty much every comment that comes up on my channel and on my stream. But once you get that amount of following, you can't. Like, it becomes unmanageable. Unless you hire someone to do it, or you just sit there for like 10 hours a day. This is how you fill up negative space. Ow. Start off with a good comic that has decent art and good writing, and then move on from there. Just to get better. Yeah, Raku, that's my goal as well. I just want more power. That's what it comes down to. There's nothing romantic about what I want. There's no big, oh, here's the goal. Buy the New York Jets kind of fucking goal. Just, yo, man, I want more. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's like the least romantic life goal ever. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it here. I have a lot of stuff I have to prep for this weekend for San Francisco Comic-Con. Before I leave, just if you have any questions, throw them my way. We'll all sit and answer some questions or whatever for a few minutes, but that's pretty much it right there. Perspective's a little off. It's not quite perfect, but fuck it. Who cares? This was hard enough to get working. Ah! It is weird, because the vanishing points are here and here. Initially, I had a totally different image in my head when I started. I was all like, oh, I drew the girl. Okay, okay. This is what happened. I drew her. I was like, okay. And then I messed up on the leg, and I was like, okay, I gotta fix it. So then I started drawing stuff here, and I was like, no, wait, that doesn't look right. So I was like, I'll fix it here. And then even this section is still messed up. Like, oh, wait, I can fix it. I can fix it. So this whole thing has just been me trying to fix my very first mistake. That's what happened. What are you gonna do? Fuck it, we'll get it next time. Who cares? Being able to show the artistic journey, which honestly, I'm very happy that I started YouTubing right when I started drawing. So you get to see like the difference in my style, my technique. You could literally log my entire progress just through my YouTube channel. And then the vlogs have been really cool to kind of document what I'm doing. What are you gonna do? If I were able to lay down a grid, that'd be fine. It'd be much easier, but it's not the point of these. The point of the freestyles is that you come up with the idea and you force yourself to finish it. One thing you'd love to do is live stream yourself drawing cover chapters. Why don't you? If you're able to get online, I don't know how fast your internet is, but if you could get online, you could stream. Vlogging a day in the life. I was thinking about doing that.
All things conjoined. The past
I just haven't executed on it. I've thought about it. I personally haven't executed on it. So,
and all
no, it does sound like a good idea.
this eye is not merely seeing reality. It is touching the truth.
All right, guys. Last call for questions, then I'm gonna head out.
There is nothing.
No more? Alright guys, so I'm going to be going to San Francisco for San Francisco Comic-Con this weekend, September 1 through 3. If you want to go to my Artist Alley table A4, be sure to check me out. I also published all of that stuff on my Instagram and my Facebook, so if you're not following me on there, be sure to do that. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whichever one you like, or all of them, or none of them, whichever one you want. You gotta go to sleep now. Alright guys, thank you for dropping by, and I will... Oh! The convention center for the San Francisco Comic-Con is in range of 4 Pokestops. So I get to sit there for 10 hours for 3 days in range of 4 Pokestops. Legit. Alright guys, I'll talk to you. I'll see you for another live stream next week. Peace.